Welcome. Thank you so much for your time and joining. My name is EmmyLou Houston. I am coming to you from Wisconsin, and I'm grateful that we are here together today. I am just going to take some time to share with you in under 30 minutes about Isagenix and how this could be impactful in your life, whether it becomes a nutritional support product solution in your life or a financial solution. Or maybe it brings you closer to community and holistic wellness. So Isagenix, there's many components to Isagenix. The wonderful thing is we are a worldwide, globally known company. We've been in business for over 23 years. We're in 24 markets currently. Our 25th one is opening November 19th. And if you are familiar with nutrition and ingredients and sourcing, you know Belgium and a few other countries in Europe are the gold standards, and they have Isagenix products that are in alignment for the market. So this just shows you the impact that we have all over the globe. I did everything I could to get that picture to turn around. But if anyone can do this and technology is the biggest issue we have today, that's a good thing. So this is my family. This is the reason why I do everything. I am almost 45 years old. I like to say halfway to 90. And these are the people I do it for. I have my husband. These are the last 3 weekends. We were in Iowa City, Iowa at a football game on the right. We beat Penn State. My father-in-law is 71. He's going to be 72. He's lost 52 pounds with our nutrition, and he just adds an added zest to life. And then in the middle is our kids and I. That's in Salt Lake City, Utah, a few weeks ago at a concert. And then on the left side, that's actually in northern Wisconsin, but that's at an Oktoberfest gathering. And so we have strong German roots, and they're why I do everything. It wasn't until I had children that I said yes to Isagenix, and I said yes as a solution because I wanted to be the mom I'd envisioned myself to be. My husband and I were together 12 years before we had kids, and I had a storied gut health history. And so when Isagenix came into my life, I just really was at this point where I was thinking, are you living your best life? And I want to ask you that today, wherever you took the time to plug in here. Are you living your best life? And if you could wake up tomorrow and do anything you want, do you have the time, the resources, the capacity to do what you love to do with who you love? And for me, when I was blessed with those babies, that was really my time of beginning to not accept being sick and tired all the time. And I wanted to find more in my solutions in my life so I could be the parent that those kids would look up to. So really, Isagenix is simply nutrition. It just can have extraordinary results for you, as I'll show throughout the presentation. We have solutions for lean muscle mass gaining and weight management with our simple daily nutrition. And we have all these categories here, which I've used throughout my 8 years of using the products now since I said yes to Isagenix. We have natural beauty. So we work with a lot of people in med spa settings and stylists and estheticians with our amazing collagen, hair revival, and products that can support their practices and give them time away from their chair where they're still making impact on people's sleep and stress. If we can help both the cortisol in your body and your body rest through really good sleep and repair during that time, it's amazing. Gut health is a huge passion of mine, and we're validated clinically in scientific studies. And I think you'll find the impact is just undeniable for people. Oops, going back one more. Here we go. And the fitness. I didn't use the fitness line because when I started Isagenix, I was in survival mode. And then as things change and shift and you start to feel better, then you start to unleash parts of your life that you didn't know you would before. And part of that for me was physical fitness. The reason the efficacy of the products are so good is Isagenix commitment. They're the gold standard and their guidelines for what they want when they're partnering and when they're releasing these studies. They sign off, just like your clinical medical journals, they're going to get published. The results of our all of the studies. And so we're in reputable journals here, as we'll show you. And it's just always science back new products, and it's about longevity in your health and in your life. So that's just something that's really impactful. So the reason how we're different from other companies out there is because of our no compromise commitment for Isagenix. It's the way we do our sourcing for our products. There's no artificial ingredients. All of our products are gluten-free, which is such a wonderful thing for so many people out there. And everything is tested rigorously. It's tested 3 times when we receive the ingredient and then at initial formulation being made and at the expiration date of the formulation to make sure the formulation's holding the integrity of the product, the solution all throughout the product. So the life of the product. I love it. We are backed by nutritionists and scientists, and this is one of the gold standards where we start a majority of our customer. And the reason being, this gives you the best return on your investment in your holistic health food store right here, this 30-day reset. And what it is, it's going to rebalance the body, the hormones, and give it time to adjust to all this new superfood protein that you're putting in your body. So I'm going to break this down for you. I started with a version of this that had some add-ons that I'll show you at the end as well. But this is where you're going to get the best absorption for your investment in the nutrients. And the reason why is we want to set people up for success. We want them to get results from their investment in the product. Our products always, they work for people, but we all have a different starting point. And so here it shows you in the commitment to the products, the key findings after 12 weeks in the upper right-hand corner. You guys, you can see that lean fat mass goes down 20%, but the lean body weight percentage goes up 9%, and the cardiovascular impact. So again, we're never making claims to cure, prevent, treat, or diagnose. It's just a clinical study that shows how our nutrition, that it helps your body naturally work better for you. That's what it comes down to. And then if you go down further, this Skidmore study, this was done for 52 weeks, and it put the Isagenix system that we all love up against the heart healthy diet. And what the difference was is people with Isagenix maintain the weight loss. They continue to get rid of that sticky fat around their abdominal, and they had lean muscle mass percentage and continued improvement in those cardiovascular health markers. And the heart healthy diet did not have all those things. So again, that abdominal loss, the fat loss, that stickiness, those sticky pounds, that's the part that is really making an impact on your health year after year, why you see people in Isagenix commit to the products. And it's a combination of, as we'll go in the next slides, your nutritional fasting that is supported. So you have incredible energy while you're giving the body all those benefits of fasting, your cellular health, and your protein. Here we go, your protein. So we have lots of different protein solutions with Isagenix, and I use multiple versions of that. We have a 24-gram protein shake that's shown here, and it's an average of about $4. We also have a 36-gram protein shake, as well as clear proteins, and then your regular protein that you would have for intentional muscle building post-workout. And all of these, you just ask yourself what you're getting that's balanced macro and micronutrients. That's 23 vitamins and minerals. That's calorically low, but full of dense nutrition and all the things that you need to sustain your energy and to keep your metabolism going so that you can continue to enjoy the things that you have going on in your day. So part of our 30-day system, along with that protein, is our cleanse days. This is a part of that magic eraser for inflammation. It's going to help your body adjust. And I go back to my storied gut health. There was 12 years where I really had discomfort with food and digestion. And the great thing about this is, as a core part of the 30-day system, I needed to utilize removing from my body what was causing me intense discomfort and pain and inflammation. So I couldn't just put the most amazing protein in. I needed to first detox my body. And so this Cleanse for Life is just a gentle aloe-based gut elixir. It's going to help the body's natural detoxifier. So we already have the ability to detoxify within our God-given organs, but those systems are inundated, and we just need help with getting our bodies, giving it a kickstart to help them function better again. So it fights oxidative stress, and it has all these botanicals and plants that are going to nourish your body. So on this day, you're going to have energy, you function and fuel. I always like to share that my husband and my father-in-law, they're both dentists, and they see patients side by side, and they cleanse every week, and they love it because a lot of times teachers and people with busy professions and hairstylists, they don't have time for lunch. And so these are great things to do that's going to help your body naturally detoxify so you can absorb even better the other parts of our 30-day system. And you can see again on the right the significance of the clinically validated findings after 12 weeks, all of those improvements in those health markers, and they all continue 52 weeks and beyond. I that was something significant for me when I started. There were so many people that had been living on Isagenix as this foundation of wellness for so long, and part of it is sleep and stress. It's the products continue to work and you feel better with them. And this is one of those products that just yesterday I presented to a networking group, and Ionic Supreme was what over half the people in the room said helped with they feel different in their day because it says nature's answer to stress. So it's going to have those adaptogens that are going to deal with the brain fog and cognitive just the clarity and the function and just remembering what you want to do and what you want to say. So it helps us deal with all the stress that's in our life that we cannot take out. Also helps with that lactic acid buildup that can occur during when you have movement, physical movement and workouts. So all of that is really important. And that cleanse with the ionics and the shakes that I just told you about are all validated here. These are our clinical studies, and we can give you that website to review those that from our peer-reviewed published medical journals. This one most recently in Nature Communications last May of 24. That publication rejects 93% of studies. They don't even look at, won't publish them obviously. But this one, they published 7% of their studies and they published ours because that protocol of addressing the cortisol, the stress response in the body, and helping your body function to get rid of the things that are not serving it, and then flooding it with this amazing nutrition has an impact over and over and over again. And that's why I can say 8 years later that I will never not have Isagenix in my life. It's that big of a difference when you get it. Here we go. So here's a couple other things. I referenced that Skidmore study when I was showing you the initial 30-day impact for our core system, that reset, and you get a 25-pound weight loss, and 21% of that, or 21 pounds, I'm sorry, 25 pounds people lost in the first 12 weeks. 21 of that was fat. So they're not gaining they're not losing lean muscle. That's so precious. They're actually losing the fat and they're gaining the lean muscle. And right there's a 9% lean body muscle. So that is amazing. And then here showing you Isagenix is going to support your body to naturally function the way it was designed to function. So looking at, again, that visceral fat is that sticky fat around your organs, your midsection. And then there, if you know people that are trying to balance their blood sugars, and that makes a big impact in how they function, how they feel, looking at how those improvements in their glucose and their insulin. And again, that's in a 12-week study, which is really exciting. And then I love this too, because we have products that add on to have heart specific benefits, but from our core system of cortisol management and intermittent fasting and shakes, seeing these improvements in your heart and your blood pressure and your elasticity and in the stiffness of your arteries, again, all of that is impactful just from having supportive nutrition in your life. Here is another add-on. This is my husband and my father-in-law's favorite product. This Recharge NAD is a cellular detox and energy support product. So it's going to help slow the cells aging, and it's boosting your natural detoxification process. It's super its bioavailability is good. It's vegetable encapsulated with MCT oil, which has benefits to the body. It's going to help all your organs function and feel better. And then here, again, we have these supportive vitamin packs. This is split into an AM, PM vitamin pack, and it's just going to have your daily essentials, your antioxidants, your CoQ10, all these things that you can't get from food, but getting the minerals and the vitamins and everything with Isagenix is so intentional. So the absorption can be effective, so people can actually have an impact. These are the first vitamins that I'm consistent with, and the reason being is they absorb, and I can feel the difference when I take them and when I do not take them. Also, another thing, which is such an incredible solution for people that are not getting enough vegetables, right? And if we are, we often get a lot of the same vegetables. So every scoop of our greens powder, it can go in your shakes, it can go in any of our products. You can have it just with water. Electrolytes are super great, but it's packed with superfood antioxidants, and it's going to have over 2 servings of organic vegetables in every 1 scoop. So I love the biodiversity. Even if you do get your greens in, they're often the same. And this is just going to help from absorption, or people that digestion or absorption of minerals is a solution they're looking for. Our greens is a great solution for that. And then our hydration, this is great. The first one, watermelon with hyaluronic acid, is actually the third one down there. That one's going to help with cellular hydration a little bit more than all of the other ones. We also have an immune support boost one in the peach flavor. It's made from pink Himalayan salt, so it's going to help absorption. It's not just drinking water, but can we absorb it into our cells? And it's 0 calories and 0 sugar. So many of us have that first thing in the morning, but also have it with our regular fitness activity, or we can add that to our clear protein as well, which is right here, this clear protein. All of it again is gluten-free. This is from 20 grams of grass-fed protein, and it's a really good juicy kind of style protein. It's not thick like a shake, so oftentimes I have this during my workout, and it's just a convenient solution. I'll put it in my golf bag, and just to know you're getting that pop of protein, which is going to help your metabolism continue to work for you. And there's a new flavor coming out of that, so stay tuned if that's something that you're looking for. And then creatine. Creatine is not just for muscle builders. It is great for supporting and building lean muscles, but also for supporting cognitive function. Women in menopause, any woman, for strength and vitality. It's going to enhance the energy production at the cellular level. So anything that we can take to support our brain health, our focus, our mental clarity, menopause related muscle and bone loss is something that's really easy to add. It's micronized, which is the kind you want. It's going to mix well and seamlessly with any of the other products that you have from our Isagenix line. So we love that. I mentioned natural beauty in the initial, one of the main 6 solutions we have for us. And this is incredible with our liquid protein, or liquid marine collagen elixir. It has 5 grams of protein. And the main thing is, again, the bioavailability, how it can get through those stomach acids and really get to a place where they're absorbable, and you can see in your body how it helps your hair, skin, nails, but also people notice how they feel in their bodies and in their mobility and their joints. So I take it for weightlifting, and I love that it has other benefits. Also, our hair revival. People will use this on animals to be believe it or not, because we want to give everything that we love, all of our kids, all of our animals, good things without bad side effects. So that beats the #1 hair revival product on the market, pharmaceutical one. The pills are smaller. It's a better price point. There's so many other benefits in our Isagenix products as well. Like this one will help balance blood sugars, and it's good for, just looking up the ingredients alone, and each ingredient has so many different benefits to the body. And then it's going to help your hair be more supportive if it's color treated, so the follicles be more whole. And also, if you're losing hair, obviously it's going to help you. First, you'll notice losing less hair, and then you'll notice little fuzzies growing. And then our Korean skincare, a 4-part line, a Korean cleanser that is so moisturizing, and that on the left. And then the eye cream has a silver tip, has 5 growth factors along with that serum on the top. And then the cleanser is just a really creamy, beautiful cleanser. So those are just add-on products for people in the beauty industry. We have a whole line of supplements that are specific to different solutions. It really just depends. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how people would easily get started with this. It's just your, again, online health food store. You would have a username and password. You create your order. You can send a link to you, or you can give the information to the person who got you started, and they can help you get that order input in. But this is the first one. This is going to replace 64 meals. So I just ask you where you live right now. What is the normal amount that you pay per meal, the price per meal that you pay for if you go out to eat, if you pack your lunch, make it from home, what you're spending on 64 meals in the month? And this pack's going to do that. It's also going to give you the cortisol elixir, that Ionic Supreme, and the Cleanse for Life. That's that aloe-based gut elixir that supports you on cleanse day. And then magnesium and your natural metabolism booster as well, and that accelerator, and then some snacks. So if you're thinking about $10 per day, that's what you're going to pay. And you're just paying it all up front to have 64 meals covered over the next 30 days of doing your reset. This pack is that base bronze pack. This is a silver pack. You just add on the different snacking solutions. So it comes with these natural version of E plus, and those are just adaptogenic energy, herbal energy. That's going to help with cognitive function, mental clarity. And then we have bars for when you just don't have time to have a shake, and then our protein crackers, and you also get a shaker cup, and then $25 off an event coupon. So that gets 64 meals in that at $14 per day, if that was closer to what you said, then you would just shift your purchasing for 1 month from that and buy $405 of your meals up front here, and you're going to be completely covered for what you need except for your own fork and knife food that you add in. And then this pack, the value pack, this is what I started with. And the reason being is I wanted that recharge NAD that you see in the middle. It also has those complete essentials vitamins just for overall healthy aging. And I wanted those and the greens. So with my gut health history, the greens were really important for me to have. And then this one, you also get a $25 product coupon and a $75 event coupon. And so for this is $22 per day. And so that is very reasonable for most markets on what people are spending. Again, 64 meals covered up in advance, plus you're enough for 4 cleanse days, plus your cortisol, your stress adapter. And so when I show you this, and this is how we really help people figure this out, this is with the bronze pack, the baseline at $10 per meal. If you're spending that, then to get 64 meals per month, you're spending 640. But if you remember, I said the initial cost was $330 when you get that bronze pack. So you're already saving your next 30 days as the holidays approach, $310 on your nutrition just by saying yes to your health for Isagenix. So here's where you start. And then you have a friend, Melissa, let's call her, and then another friend, Jack. So Melissa and Jack each want to do the 30-day reset with you. We're going to help them get started. You get 20% back of whatever they order. So if they want to do that base browns pack for $330, then 20% for each of them is $66. So on the right, you'll see that's the total for just sharing with each of them. You get $132. And then because Isagenix says thank you for sharing with 2 people, they're going to give you that $50 bonus on top of that. So once they do that, Melissa's going to feel good, and she's going to have a husband and a mom that each want to try something. And again, it can be our NAD, it can be the clear protein and the hydrate, it can be other products that you are wondering about for people that you love and care about, whatever makes things more simple. And then same thing for Jack. He has a wife and a sister, and they both need something. So Isagenix says thank you to our very first person, H, we'll call her Hilari, for sharing with these people. And then you help these people each share with just 2 people of their own that they love, that they trust. So they gave you a $100 reward for each person. So that's $382 that they already gave back just for sharing with those 2 people. And Isagenix says you did that really quickly because you felt really good very quickly yourself. That's another $250 bonus. So we help people on our team when they love the products. We have a team like this showing up to help them help the people they know, like, and trust to love the products and find the solutions for them too. And the reason it is impactful is because someone invited you here today on this call. So we have Hilari first, and then Melissa and Jack, and this is where you get paid back. So when you see that you're like, I need to try a 30-day reset, how do I get that ordered? You become a circle on this graph, and you are gonna, every time you place an order, it flows all the way back up to all the people who said yes before you, whether you know them or not. And that builds and builds and builds to something like this. And each order has a point value attached to the order. And that all accumulates to real dollars. So the people on our team, I say, whoever you know, whoever you care about that I need to care about, we show them how to get them an account. They place an order, it gets points called BV banked, and that BV banks for cycles. That's $54 every time a group of people on your left leg, there's two teams. A group of people on one leg accumulate 600 points. And then on the other team, a group of people, all the orders combined gain 300 BV. That's $54. And I would just ask you for loyalty. Where's the last store that you've shopped at that has paid you $54 just as a thank you coupon? I got excited for my $15 annual co-op coupon. And the reason, again, why that matters is our products work based on the clinical studies, based on that 30-day reset. And then we have a group of people are that excited about how much they've made a difference in my life and the lives of so many people I've seen that they continue to share with people. So you might be that C customer, and that customer up there has people that have ordered after them. And because that customer continues to order, they bank all that BV, all the points that become cycles, that $54 cycle. And those customers are followed by other people that are putting in 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. And all of that time is impact in other humans' lives. And the customer wins here because you are going to benefit from the impact of all of those other people. And we want you to be leveraged with your time and your skills and your story. So when you feel good with Isagenix, right here, there's 126 hours represented. And again, we're on a 30-minute lunch break. But imagine all these people just putting in a little time here and there. That all can benefit you when you love these products. And this is how this can grow because in all of these examples, I've only shown people sharing with two people. Just two people, and two become four, and four, 8, 16, 32. You can see where this is going, which starts with two, and that's where everybody starts. Me 8 years ago, too. So how many people did we originally share with? Two. How many people are you being paid for when they place their Isagenix orders? 8,192. So when we look at the average per order, if 8,192 people are ordering, we originally shared with two. We hope those two people have results and help them help people they love. Then if everyone placed an average of 120 BV, this would be the amount of dollars you would be able to bring into your home annually. So that is amazing. And that is also a fairy tale world because not everybody shares with two. Not everybody commits to their orders. It doesn't always happen that way. So let's just say that that is not going to happen. But let's give you a real place where you have 10% success. That means 90% of the time you fail. And when I started 8 years ago, this was the only light in my life, the only success that I had. And it led to so many more successes. And if you do this, and you share with two, share with two, share with two, and that breaks down 90% of the time, and you succeed 10% success rate, look at this annual income. Oh, two X's. $70,900. You guys, I was a mortgage lender for 13 years and my background was finance. Most professions do not make that amount of income annually, and they go to a lot of school and a lot of time. And this is why it's impactful that you're here with Isagenix, because as of almost 3 years ago, we are that close to 2026, you can see wellness, beauty, biohacking, vitamins, those industries were already massive. And in 2033, they're projected to be through the charts. And we are in every single category and making an impact in those categories with Isagenix. And then look at that savings needed for retirement to retire comfortably at your at your income bracket. The savings you needed in 2023 was 15, but look at that by 2033, and we have a financial solution for that. And this might get you to the point where you're wondering about these earrings. They are not llamas, they are piñatas. And what's great about what I showed you with leveraging time and leveraging skills of people who want to impact people is the piñata mentality, because at a birthday party, no matter who hits the piñata and it breaks open, which kids get the candy? They all get the candy. Once that piñata pops from one swing, every kid gets to swarm in and gets a piece of the pie, gets to eat some of the candy. And so someone else might bang on that piñata 30 times, but that boy comes up with the final swing. That's where everybody's going to win. And we have a mentality on this team, just like showing up here, showing up in spaces where we can make an impact on you. We just thank you for the time today, knowing that if you have questions, we will be here again tomorrow, Thursday at noon, Friday at noon, and beyond. So this is a great time to end our call. Respect your time. Thank you so much for being here today.